Dual Universe, oh boy, so I got an access to it, and mind you, I didn't pay for it. They were so kind to give me access to it for a little while for the beta period that is coming out right now, and honestly gotta say, it's interesting. It certainly has some good qualities, some really bad ones, and obviously some, well, work in progress things. So I suppose I should basically just describe what the game is supposed to be, or what it even is at the stage that it is in right now. So let's get into this. The best description I can give you about Dual Universe is basically it's Space Engineers meets No Man's Sky with a little bit of EVE Online. Though most of all, it is Space Engineers, as basically both games rely on voxel-based environments that you can mine and then craft stuff. Indeed, you can craft all the things you can see right now on the screen. The spaceships, buildings, whatnot else. I can find it at least interesting from the programming perspective and well, a little bit of a few other technical sides. A French company attempting to take the good bits of Space Engineer with its voxel-based environments that, destructible and whatnot else, mining, crafting, and so on and so forth, adding a little bit of EVE Online's social aspect of seeing things, obviously being from the first perspective, it's a bit different than EVE, but still. And of course, the No Man's Sky's exploration and building in general. The game itself has been in development for a little while, and it started out, at least in my view, something like Star Citizen with the crowdfunding and whatnot else, but it basically is right now in the beta state, so basically it accomplished more than Star Citizen has already, at least in the release type. Anyways, cheap jabs aside, the game's monetary practice will be subscription-based, unlike its peers in the industry like Elite Dangerous, X4, Space Engineers, and, well, basically everyone else, right? And that immediately is a turnoff for me. I fucking hate subscription-based games. In fact, the prices alone, especially for the current state of the game, are very expensive in my opinion. €7 a month for this? Well, it doesn't particularly look good, even though there are moments where it kinda looks good. Well, I gotta say that, in a rare moment, yeah, it kinda looks pretty nice. But most of the time, if you're gonna play probably on the lower graphics in order to not stutter, and even then the performance is all over the place, as the terrain and everything gets generated in. And that's, I guess, one of the things that I already don't like about it. For a beta state, I think you should have had a lot better performance by now. You've been in development for a long time, and honestly, seeing the frame rate go up and down like a yo-yo, frankly, is not the greatest experience. At least you can expect from Star Citizen that it will be horrible all the time, and thus you lower expectations. But with this, it can do 60 frames a second at max. But as soon as you walk slightly forward, it starts generating things in, and lo and behold, your frame rate drops to 10 or 20. It's not a great experience. On the bright side, the team recognizes that the community is very important, and in fact have implemented already guild systems with, well, at least rudimentary tools, which is truly nice to see. And a few other little things like, oh, I don't know, the fucking tutorial that's not complete garbage. Yes, I'm looking at you, Space Engineers. God damn assholes. Anyways, I love you too, but goddamn, the tutorial needs to exist. And well, as monotone and as hard to navigate as it is in Dual Universe, at least it's something, you know? Oh, and speaking of the tutorial, waypoint markers should pop up on the UI a little bit more, because it's hard to see as is. In fact, the graphics in general aren't the greatest. The lighting is all over the place, the materials are all over the place. And, I mean, I get it, these are buildable things and they are dynamic and, you need to light them, but something about this material just screams unfinished very much. And, I mean, okay, shadows is completely another thing anyways, but still. So yeah, I don't know, frankly speaking, visually, for a beta state, okay, I guess, but even so, the performance, as I previously mentioned, is all over the place. Yeah, the performance is questionable. Especially as you move further. Oh my, yes. Oh god, the frame rate is so bad. Come on, what is this poppin'? So for all the good things that it potentially could be, honestly, I'm looking at Space Engineers as it literally is basically the same game. And I'm thinking, well, that kinda is more fun, and it has more ironed out issues. It still has issues, but I mean, it's at least more ironed out. So until Dual Universe actually becomes a bit more stable, let's just say so. Yeah, I'd say wait. Yeah. I mean, it is promising, say what you will, it is truly promising, and I like the idea that they are actually supporting the community, guilds, and whatnot else. Which, by the way, Elite Dangerous hasn't done really well. So it basically has become, or at least aims to be, well, a pretty decent community-based game. However, if the community doesn't come, well, the game is still there, right? So it will have at least some longevity on its own, and it's not completely dependent on the community. I mean, I love the fact that you can build literally any type of a spacecraft or a vehicle at all. Because obviously, just the way that the game is made, it's nice. Overall, it's a really cool feature to have. However, on comparison to Space Engineers, which has a little bit more consolidated art style, and it's not all over the place with the textures like it is in, well, Dual Universe, as you can see. Yeah, and on top of that, you have that whole subscription base. It's just a hard sell, I'm sorry, but you have to have something more for me to really care for you, because otherwise I'm just gonna go with Space Engineers, really. But anyways, those are just my first impressions, and I'll be taking a look from time to time and seeing maybe this improves, or maybe it will go down the road of Star Citizen, which I have some sneaking suspicions. However, we'll see. So good luck to the Nova Quark team. You can do better. I know you can. Also implement the DirectX 12 or Vulkan, for fuck's sakes.